Live from WTVO Rockford and your home team, Eyewitness News at 5 starts now.
It's not so easy to remove an elected official unless they've been cuffed and actually taken away and walked out.
Winnebago County officials who work alongside the coroner voiced their frustrations amid his legal battle, what it would take to remove Bill Hintz from office.
A Rockford police canine who helped sniff out danger suddenly passes away. We'll tell you which prestigious people the officer protected during his short career.
Governor Pritzker says Illinois will do more to assist the state's homeless population. He says strengthening safety nets is one way to get more roofs over heads. Good evening, I'm Mimi Murphy.
I'm Eric Wilson. The Illinois Attorney General said Winnebago County's coroner was lining his own pockets when the coroner stole from dead people.
Now Bill Hintz's attorney is firing back. Attorney Mark Bird says he is shocked and disappointed Kwame Raoul has decided to abandon the ethical responsibilities imposed upon him. And the AG has deliberately attempted and likely succeeded in tainting any potential jury pool.
So what's next for the coroner? Michelle Rave has been looking into that. She joins us with what we discovered. Michelle?
After the second set of charges, many in the community have asked us how the coroner is still in his position. I took those questions to the Winnebago County Board, who says it's not as cut and dry as many think.
It hurts. It's frustrating. It's disappointing. It's everything.
These new charges are shocking. They really reach a different level than what was accused before.
Winnebago County Board members are frustrated after Winnebago County Coroner Bill Hintz is charged with stealing from the dead.
It's not so easy to remove an elected official unless they've been cuffed and actually taken away and walked out.
Last year, Hintz was charged with misusing the county credit card. County Board member Aaron Booker says removing him from the position won't be easy.
Being an elected official, we have to go through the Illinois State Board of Elections. We have to get the State Attorney General's office involved. It sounds like they already are and aware of the case and has been involved.
The board's hands are tied because they have a limited power on what they can do.
We're going to look at recall, some type of impeachment process or recall. We've got to look at that, and if we don't have that in place, then it's situations like this that cause us as a board to okay, we've learned from this. Now we've got to put some measures in place in case this comes up again.
I also reached out to Hintz lawyer Mark Bird, who in his statement says in part, moving forward, Mr. Hintz will be entering a plea of not guilty to the new charges on our next court date. The board, though, tells me they'll try and take action as soon as next week.
What we intend to do now is file or pass a resolution demanding that he resign. And which we hope he'll do, because that would be the right thing for him to do.
So we're going to have to take the Attorney General's direction and to act as a board, and we've got to act swiftly on this.
Hintz is due in court on September 22nd on both charges. We'll be checking back in with the board next week and let you know if and when any resolution is passed regarding the coroner. Eric.
Thanks, Michelle. A Rockford man's arrested accused of chatting with a child over the internet. Police took Sean Albers into custody Wednesday. Sensitive crimes detectives say the 48-year-old had inappropriate contact with a minor online. He's charged with solicitation of a child, grooming, and distribution of harmful material. Albers is being held at the Winnebago County Jail.
Financial help is on the way for two teenagers hit by a box truck earlier this week. Fundraisers have been established for the pair of 17-year-old boys who were rushed to the hospital Tuesday. According to their GoFundMe pages, Hananiga senior Quinn James remains in critical condition. James and Connor, the other victim, were reportedly transferred to UW American Children's Hospital in Madison. You can find a link to both fundraisers on mystateline.com. A retired Rockford canine officer passes away unexpectedly. ISO was the Rockford Police Department's most recent bomb dog. He served alongside his handler, Officer Matthews, for 2 years. During that time, ISO assisted with several bomb threats and even helped protect then Vice President Joe Biden and Secretary of State Colin Powell during visits to Illinois. ISO was just 7 years old. The cause of death has not been released.
Illinois' homeless problem will be the subject of an interagency task force. Eyewitness News is keeping you connected to the state capitol. Governor J.B. Pritzker issued an executive order this morning directing agencies to strengthen safety nets and provide assistance to those with a housing crisis. The governor is also creating the role of state homelessness chief.
Homelessness is a circumstance. It is not an identity, and it has real impact on real people. Homelessness has many faces. It's urban and it's rural. People everywhere can experience instability.
The task force effort comes as the Pritzker administration is already investing $1.5 billion in housing relief this year. It's also extended the eviction moratorium to October 3rd.
Governor J.B. Pritzker gives Illinois schools and hospitals a 2-week extension to implement their vaccine mandate. The rule was set to take effect next Tuesday, but now teachers and healthcare workers have until September 19th to get at least 1 dose of the vaccine. The Illinois Hospital Association and several state education groups requested more time to form plans. Those who do not get the shot will have to undergo regular testing. People who receive the Moderna vaccine may have to wait a while longer for a booster shot. According to the New York Times, top health officials told the White House they need more time to review Moderna's application because it contains insufficient data. The Biden administration had hoped to meet a deadline of September 20th to begin administering booster shots pending FDA approval. The Pfizer booster appears to be on track. Officials are still evaluating the need for a Johnson & Johnson booster shot.
Blood centers continue to plead with community members to roll up their sleeves and give the gift of life. We've told you before, the pandemic has led to a blood shortage. Health officials say that's because there are fewer public blood drives due to social distancing requirements at many venues. Donation hesitancy is another reason. OSF Healthcare says some people have asked if they can safely donate blood after getting vaccinated. Blood bank technicians say not to worry.
You are allowed to donate blood as long as you have received one of the 3 approved vaccines in the United States, and those 3 are the Moderna, the Pfizer, and the Johnson & Johnson.
Some vaccinated donors have wondered if they will lose COVID antibodies by donating. Technicians say the single pint of blood you give has no impact on your antibody levels. National Guard members from Illinois will head south to help clean up after Hurricane Ida.
Today, Governor J.B. Pritzker activated about 160 members of the Guard to support Ida relief efforts in Louisiana. The Louisiana National Guard requested the help. Soldiers will help with search and rescue, storm debris removal, and distribution of goods. Teams will also help enforce curfews in communities that have one in place. President Biden gets a first-hand look at the destruction of Hurricane Ida during a trip to Louisiana. His visit comes as the death toll continues to rise up and down the coast.
At the same time, millions of people still don't have electricity. Washington correspondent Jesse Tenor takes a look at the federal response as she keeps you connected to the nation's capital.
President Biden and Louisiana Governor John Bel Edwards pointed to federal investments in the state's levee systems for helping subdue the damage. But they say there's still not enough to fully combat storms like this and the larger climate crisis.
There's a heck of a lot more work to do.
President Biden visited the epicenter of Hurricane Ida's destruction, where he heard from Louisiana state and local officials on what they need next from the federal government.
There's nothing political about this. It's just simply about saving lives and getting people back up and running.
The president said his administration already paid $100 million in direct assistance to Louisiana residents and is working to restore power.
If your provider's system went down, you'd be able to use any provider that's on there.
Ida was the 5th most powerful storm to hit the U.S. and flooded areas from the Gulf Coast to the Northeast, where it killed more than 48 people.
You're sharing your grief and your resolve to rebuild and recover.
Officials stress they're working hard, from the Department of Homeland Security,
Provide states with fuel to cover any shortages,
to the Pentagon,
providing high water vehicles and road clearing capabilities,
while also providing federal resources to fight wildfires in the West.
There are approximately 200 soldiers deployed to fight the Dixie Fire in Northern California.
President Biden said these coast-to-coast disasters demonstrate the urgency for his $1 trillion infrastructure plan. And the Senate Democrats and Republicans who voted for it agree.
Think about it. Maybe the electricity won't go off next storm.
The House has committed to voting on the Senate-passed legislation by September 27th. In Washington, I'm Jesse Tenor.
Good evening, everyone. I hope you were able to enjoy the weather today, even though we did deal with a few spotty rain showers. I'm meteorologist Marcus Walter here at the City Market in downtown Rockford, and people are out, even with the cloudy weather, enjoying the conditions, enjoying the festivities taking place downtown. But let's talk about what we are planning to deal with as we head throughout the rest of this evening. We'll take a look at the planning forecast. It shows that we have isolated showers still in the forecast as we head towards 6 p.m. and even a little bit after that in terms of time. So 7 p.m. and 8 p.m. we still could be dealing with isolated showers out there. By the time we get to midnight, we'll have temperatures down toward the mid-60s with a few more spotty rain showers and even a couple of rumbles of thunder. Now let's head over toward the satellite radar because it shows that we have clouds and scattered rain showers all across northern Illinois into southern Wisconsin. If you're in Janesville, for example, you're dealing with light rain at this hour. And as we continue to advance the graphics, we want to talk about what's causing this wet weather. We have two storm systems approaching from the west. The southern storm system will push east as we head throughout the night into tomorrow morning, bringing us more scattered rain showers and even a couple of rumbles of thunder as we head throughout the overnight. So let's take a look at that in the futurecast. So as we move ahead into the futurecast, it shows that we have clouds out there and scattered rain showers impacting us as we head throughout this evening. That continues into the overnight and even into Saturday morning. But by the time we get to Saturday afternoon, most of that moisture should be progressing toward the east. So as we continue to move the graphic forward, you will see that. Then as we head towards Sunday, we're talking about overall a quiet weather setup with high pressure moving in and a lot of sunshine. So for the second half of this Labor Day holiday weekend, we're expecting pretty nice weather conditions. But now, let's take you to the Mercy Health SkyTrack weather camera. It shows that we excuse me. It shows that we have overcast skies covering all of downtown, and that's the case for a large portion of our viewing area. So expect clouds to be out there as we head throughout the evening. Now, as we look at the current temperatures, a lot of us are still sitting in the upper 60s, if not low 70s. So it is fairly comfortable out there. And without the sun, it actually does feel pretty nice. Sometimes the sun can be pretty intense as we head through summer, as you all are probably aware. Now, as we talk about dew points are still in the upper 50s and low 60s, so that lets you know that we have some dry air still in place, helping to keep us drier with those rain showers more or less evaporating just a little bit as they interact with that drier air closer to the surface. But as we talk about the forecast for tonight, we're down to about 63 degrees. Overall, mostly cloudy with isolated showers still out there. And the 7-day forecast shows that, well, we are talking about limited rain tonight into tomorrow morning. Things quiet down by Saturday evening. Sunday, we'll expect a lot of sunshine, a few more clouds Monday, Labor Day, and then our next rain threat arrives as we head toward Tuesday morning. At this point, we're looking at spotty rain showers and even a couple of thunderstorms impacting us. But we are here at the City Market in downtown Rockford. Things are looking good right now. If you were thinking about coming out, come on out, go for it, and we'll have another weather update for you in just a few minutes.
Now, the Napleton Sports Desk with Sports Director Scott Lepper.
It is week 2 of the high school football season, and quite possibly the biggest game in the area tonight will take place right here at Pecatonica's football field. The DuPec Rivermen will be hosting the Forreston Cardinals in an NUIC battle. We expected both of these teams to be strong this year, and they gave us every indication that that would be the case last Friday night. Forreston rolled to victory over Stockton, and DuPec did the same at East Dubuque. DuPec is coming off back-to-back great seasons. Forreston has been strong in football for decades. The Cardinals will try to run right over teams again with their ground game. Here's what DuPec coach Tyler Hoffman saw on film from Forreston last week.
They look big and physical. We haven't seen them in a couple years, but we know what to expect out of them. They're always going to have big guys up front. They're going to kind of road grade you down the field, and if you don't know your role on defense, we're going to be in trouble.
We've all seen their linemen. There's some big boys, and it looks like a wall just moving forward. So it's definitely going to be a very physical game.
When you play DuPec, the first priority is to stop quarterback Hunter Hoffman from having a big night. He's had several already in his career. This is his 3rd season as the Rivermen's starting quarterback. DuPec's passing game got off to a sluggish start last week. Hoffman passed for only 86 yards. But Forreston coach Keenan Janicki knows how dangerous this DuPec passing game and Hoffman can be.
He's a great athlete. He's got a great arm. It looks like just the little bit film we got, it looks like he can run a little bit too. So just somebody that we definitely have to, we got to keep our eyes on him at all times. And
I see them to spread our defense out, maybe get a little, I'm sure they're going to pass the ball, but I'm not sure which they're going to be heavier in passing or running.
They're really good at spacing the defense out and just passing the ball. And they got a really good quarterback and a good set of wide receivers.
This is a really big game in the NUIC. Neither one of these teams wants to risk falling a game behind Leno Winslow already in the conference race this season. Speaking of Leno Winslow, the Panthers will be at home against Dakota tonight. That should be a fun one. EPC will play at Stockton, and East Dubuque will be playing at Fulton. Here are the Nick 10 matchups. Freeport plays at Auburn, East at Belvedere, Belvedere North at Boylan, Hononegah at Guilford, and Jefferson is at Harlem. The big Northern Conference games are Winnebago at Byron, North Boone at Dixon, Lutheran at Genoa Kingston, Rock Falls at Stillman Valley, and Rockford Christian will be playing at Oregon. David Greenberg and I, of course, will have the highlights tonight on Overtime at 11 o'clock on Fox 39. You can also catch the rebroadcast of that Sunday morning at 9. That's sports for now. We'll be right back.
And good evening again, meteorologist Marcus Walter here. We are downtown in Rockford at the City Market, and a lot of people are out enjoying the festivities, enjoying the vendors, enjoying the live music. And if you were thinking about coming out, you still can come down. The weather is actually holding up for us, which is great news. But we are still talking about some spotty rain showers out there impacting us. So let's first take a look at the First Warn Interactive Radar, brought to you by Rockford Auto Glass and more. And it shows that we have some spotty rain showers across southern Wisconsin and also western parts of Illinois. 7-day shows will be drier by Sunday.
Thanks, Marcus.
Have a
Stay
good night.
safe.